Hi. So this has nothing to do with my normal channel purpose and all, but I could not find any video about that online. Basically, it was only one or the other, but never this scenario. This scenario is salt and pepper regrowth. It looks lighter than it is. I couldn't find a darker spot in the house to see it properly. So we have like some dark blonde. You can see it better here, I guess. Some dark blonde and some white gray and normal color. And here in the Netherlands or Europe, you mostly use box dye. Some of it has only a 30% coverage or less, and another color it just doesn't take on the gray. So I always have to do like a dark blonde, and then I can take another semi-permanent or permanent color and put it on top of it, and that's basically a lot of work, as you can imagine. This is like a dark, it's actually dark blonde with lavender on top of it. It looks red, but it's you can see it now a little bit. It's like a little bit purple kind of thing, and I really love the color, but because I have to always do the multiple layering of colors, actually it gets darker and darker. So what I want is make that a little bit lighter, and normally the videos you don't really find it on box dye, or it's blonde, or people just want to take the orange out from what they had from bleached hair. So I don't want to bleach my hair because that would be super patchy with all the different layers of color in there, and then I wouldn't know how to go from there. And also, yeah, I normally have a lot of curls, so it's not necessarily super healthy, and that would dry out even more. What I always see is people having a dark regrowth, never the gray part, or like other virgin hair type of thing. And then when you read up on bleach bath, you always read it does nothing to the natural hair color because it's too light with, for example, a 20% developer or anything. But then I see these people with the dark regrowth or something, and it's orange. So that is the opposite from what you normally read, because that's a normal bleach reaction, even with a bleach bath happening. So I would think it wouldn't do anything on white because there's no pigments to change or take out. But I don't have completely white hair. I have salt and pepper. So there is some dark blonde. Will that go orange? There is the white and the gray. So I want to just take the front part, both sides. And on one side, I'm going to put the bleach bath, not on the regrowth, but just on the color, to see then how much it strips it, and so on and so on. And here I'm going to put it also on the roots and risk that it all goes orange. Like I said, the purpose is eventually still, I'm going to put a base color that covers the gray hair, and then again my other front color. But that's not what I want to tape here, because that's not interesting. Interesting is, will that go orange? What will happen with the regrowth? What will happen with the multiple layers of box dye? And I hope that helps somebody with a similar situation. Okay, so let's do this. Hi. So I have not at all any professional setup here, but I just wanted to take you along anyway. You can see I made it wet, because that's what you do with a bleach bath. And you can see the growth, and I only did the front part here and the front part there, as I already said. And yeah, I did purchase this bleach and developer, because in Europe it's rather common to just use box lightener, but there's a 40% developer in there. I had to contact them, the customer support, to figure that out, so I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, it goes on wet hair, so here it is, and I'm gonna start doing that, hopefully. I think you don't necessarily always need to use a brush for this, but on this part I want to try to stay away a little bit from the roots. How do I can best, I would say, well, it's so little hair that it's really difficult. And what also attracted me to bleach bath is that yeah, you can apply it on wet hair, so yeah. Okay, so I think it's, for me personally, really almost impossible to stay away from the roots. But it's nice and slimy, and that's the good thing with bleach bath. So you just spread it around in here. I probably wouldn't even bother to use a brush, because yeah, the idea of bleach bath is to apply it like shampoo, basically. Some people do it regularly, even just in the shower. But just for this once. It's also so hot here at the moment that it's not super representative, I think, because the heat from the skull is going to be so strong already that you're going to get a reaction out of that. In my head, I'm as scared as other people with bleach, thinking it's gonna all turn neon green. What we're gonna see. So here you can nicely spread that around with the fingers, and that's on the gray part now. The smell is not that bad. Of course you can smell the bleach, but a little bit, but yeah, it's just a little, only a little bit in there. So and I used 1 teaspoon of each, and it's kind of empty, so I think for a full set of hair that would indicate how much you maybe need. And then smishing it around. Okay, I think. And I'm gonna leave it in like maximum 30 minutes. Normal bleach bath, like just to strip color on a regular base, it can be just really 5 minutes or something like that. I'm gonna put an alarm on 10 minutes each to just check it. Also, of course, you don't want to just leave it in. And another thing, for bleach bath, you normally don't use conditioner because it closes the hair, and you don't want it open, of course. Same with oil. But yeah, you can watch a lot of videos and everybody does it different, but it sounds logical to me. Also, I read you don't use heat caps like you would eventually with bleach. So it's not necessarily that for this heat is also your friend. Okay. Why is this stuff always such a mess? Okay, smush it in. Because if you would do your full head now, you would just smush it in like that. And that's the benefits of a bleach bath. And also do it here again. And The thing is really that apparently there shouldn't be much of an effect with permanent color, but we will see. Looking in the mirror there, that's right. Perhaps you could put this in olive oil to not make it that difficult. Oh, I have a clip. Where do I clip? This is also not, because of the low volume and everything, it's not such a drama if you get a bit on your skin or on your... I'm gonna remove that obviously, but this is fashion. I have another clip. Flush it all one more time. Problem is also, like I said, it's so hot, it's just gonna dry out, even with the shampoo, I think. Don't make it like an airtight situation here, it needs to breathe. And no metal. Plastic rules the world. Oh, it does. Okay, oh man. Ta-da! Okay, that's that. I'm gonna put everything away and then I come back to you and show you what happened. All right. Okay, so I really had to left it in 30 minutes because I had the idea nothing happened. Very difficult to see in different lights, because now looking in the mirror I definitely see that it did something. The side where I tried to not put it onto the gray really close, really close by, obviously it's still gray, and then with the multiple layers of box dye I can see that basically the first row of dye lightened up quite a lot, and then just a little, and overall, well, if it lightened it, then really just like half a nuance, I would say. It's not really a different color or anything. Still, I think it can be beneficial because it does freshen up the look, I feel. But yeah, this now, I have fortunately no green or anything like that, but definitely blonde, and from this part, yeah, where I had the pinky purplishy, it's a little orange, but not bad orange, more like the color went into a rose gold. And now, looking at the other side, yeah, so difficult to see. It definitely, with salt and pepper hair, there is obviously still a lot of hair that has pigments, and those lightened. So what didn't lighten are the gray white hairs in there, but the rest that definitely lightened. So I have an expected situation going on here with really light at the skull, at the skin level, really bright, and then like on the other side the same thing. The more layers of colors I had, the less it lightened, but also the more we go into the yeah, gold, blonde, orangey kind of situation. It's so, yeah, difficult to see, really. Yeah, see, so it's multiple colors in here. So for really having your gray grow out, I think it can be tricky. You need to keep toning that in similar colors, because this is blonde. I'm blonde. And for me, with the next step to dye it, I'm not sure what that type of blonde will do. My god, that's blonde. But yeah, again, this color perhaps I can open up the rest, but it's difficult with the light, so difficult. So, I mean, this is still a little wet, so much shinier also with gel, but if I look in the mirror from my side, yeah, it's like I said, there is a little bit more like rose gold orangey parts, which is of course also under in the tone of this color. So it took something off. It took something off the box dye, the permanent color. So that's a good thing to know. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it was a little helpful with some of the details that we found out. And not sure how to fix this. Okay, thanks for watching.